Hello, how do you make your own stock watch list for swing trading? We are going to go to Think or Swim platform and we are going to change the chart to maximum monthly chart. That way you can see a wide a range of to see the overall pattern of the chart, and you have the date on the x-axis from the past to the present and the price from 0 up on the y-axis. We have our master watch list here of large cap stock, growth stock, and we are going to analyze it to see stocks that you and I can put in our watch list for 2026 as beginner swing trader. CNC. Okay, so when you are looking at CNC, what makes a stock good for you to put in your watch list is to see if you can see higher lows at the valley of the chart or at the valley of the mountain, and if you can see higher highs at the peak of the mountain. So you want to trace your valley line, and if I'm tracing it passing by the valley, those are the obvious V, the bottom of those obvious V's. And from the past to the present, going toward the price, we can just pretty much see that those two could be the valley line. So now we have our valley line, and yes, we have higher highs there. Now let's look at the peak. So we have a peak here, and how long it took for that peak to be exceeded? It took about 2 years. And when it left that supporting line, it has not come back to it until now. So it has been on the rise for so many years, starting 2012 or so. And it is now that it came back to that valley line. So that is so many years of growth, and this is a stable company that takes its time to grow, and it took 1, 2, 3 years and a half to come back down. So it took those many years to go up and that to come down. So this will be more like a short-term investment, and that is the valley line that it followed. So this will be more like, this is like, by looking at it like this, we can see that this is like a supporting line supporting the upside wall of the mountain, but at the same time this will be more a good valley line. So then that makes me wonder why it came back down to the valley line here after reaching, the highest peak, in 2022 or so. No, yeah, in 2022. So, but at least it is at the valley line. So this will be more like buy and see. Since it's at the valley line already and start going up from there, buy some and see. But it has been on this rise for so long that I'm surprised to see it around this valley line, because this will be more like a valley line on its own because of how long it has been on that rise. And when it reached this peak, okay, within a year and a half it surpassed it as well, and then it pulled back a little bit and surpassed it again, pull back a little bit and surpass it. So pretty much every year and a half it continued to go up, and then when it reached that, it decided to come back down, and took 3 years to come back down. So by looking at it like this, we can say that, well, if you purchase these stocks, it might be for a short-term investment, because you must well leave it in your portfolio for that long to lock in this gain and sell it. So buying it around that valley line might make sense. If you want to swing through it though, then it might make sense to wait until it's again around this valley line or supporting line and be able to swing through it a long way. But then you won't know when it's going to be down and will decided to come back down here. So I'm not entirely sure what this company is doing, but I'm curious to buy around that valley line and just let it be in the portfolio with the assumption that it can take 10 years or so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years going up, 3 years to come down. Therefore, buy it and keep it for 10 years and sell it. So when we go to daily chart and we are looking at that line that we trace, we can see that we are having an uptrending going on here. So therefore, and we can see we have a few days of growth there, higher price. The green bar is the days that the price at the end of the day was higher than the price in the morning when the markets open, and this is the day the price was lower at the end of the day than the morning. We are using daily chart here. So because it has been on this rise for some days now, it's bound to show me a pullback. Maybe we might buy it in a pullback if it pull back to that support line or a little bit higher up. And pretty much, we are seeing some higher lows along this valley line, this supporting line here. So, and buy some and just let it be. This costs $37. So if you are hesitant about it, maybe just buying one share and let it be there and just keep observing it. From $6 to what, $98, you can see the price difference there. That's 16 times your capital for who have purchased it there and sell it somewhere here. So we'll go back and we'll call it. So I put good chart there, but I think I'm going to put short-term investment, and I'm going to put 16 times your capital in 10 years. You can put 10 years growth, 3 years pullback. And we can date our notes. And this stock, for instance, when you are analyzing your watch list and you are finding some stocks that are already at a level that you want to buy it, you can start making a short list of those. The ones that are already setting in a way that you want to buy it now, going, they are the valley line and you like to buy it going into the new year, you could easily start making those lists of those stocks so that you do not forget about them. So this one, MOH, let's take a look at the valley line and trace some together. So I have a feeling like it's pretty much like the other one is coming down. So it has been on the rise for some years and pretty much now it's coming down, and I think I could easily update this line to be better than that. Pretty much it went inside here a little bit. but yeah, and it has been on this rise for some years. So let's take a look at the peak. Within 2 years it exceeded, and then pretty much continue higher up, non-stop pull back here, and went back up, pull back, and within a year exceeded again, and in has been going down for 2 years now. So it is at this valley line, but it could well come back down to this one. So that is one, we have our higher lows at the valley is now very pronounced, and then we have our higher peak as well, and this has a better higher peak than the previous one CNC that we just analyzed, but it's following the same pattern. It's taking about 2 years to come down, and it is around those two valley lines. So therefore we can pick those two valley lines to be a buying point for us, and it's going to be again a short-term investment, because once it left there it could continue climbing up for years. And again is right close to that valley line, therefore we will keep an eye on it. It's still going down, and when it start going up from there we can buy some. There is a chance it went up though and pull back again, so we are going to keep watching it, and it's pretty much around that first valley line, but it's still going down. So in case it's done, it might start going up from there, and I think that's what it's trying to do here, but we are just going to keep observing it. And when it comes to CNC, we didn't and this one has those two lines as well, so there is a chance it could pull back and come back down again, just like the way the other one is doing it as well. So just keep that in mind, so that instead of buying it, observe it a little bit longer. As it just touched base with it, it could well decide to come back down as well. Just like this one, it went up a little bit and pulled back down. So, and we are not trying to buy exactly at the right price, but close enough, so that if we purchase it too early and it's continuing to go down, it doesn't take long before it start going up. At least that's what we are trying to do. We are not trying to just buy right when it start going up, but when it give us an impression that it might be done going down and it start going up, buy some share. But again, we might be wrong and end up getting in the trade too early and just be stuck in it while it's negative, meaning it's continue to going down for a while and then it start going up. So that will be okay as well. When you see how long you are going to keep it in your portfolio, you know that you purchase it around the valley line, so therefore you just leave it in the portfolio. So this one is one that we are going to again consider as a short-term investment and add it to the list to keep an eye on it as well. The next one is TMO. Let's make sure we are on maximum monthly chart. Is it TMO? Okay, so TMO, let's trace some valley lines here. Okay, so it does not have a good match of a supporting line there. Let's see, it will be more like it here. But at this point, after watching those two stocks, I'm not sure if this one will come back down to this level or will try to rest here and continue going up from there. It has been it touched base with this support line for a while, and this is very low as a supporting line in my opinion. We might try to buy it at this valley line unless it decided to come lower. Let's look at the peak. Yes, it's creating a higher peak, and for the past 1, 2, 3, 4 years it has not surpassed it. So, and that tells me that it's slowly, trying to come back down, and it could well try to come back down lower than this valley line. We'll just keep observing it, and this will be another one for a short-term investment if it's going to go up for so many years. And you can see that if you try to trace a supporting line, supporting this, in fact, it even went in, let's adjust it, supporting that side of the wall, it does not really come back down. It does not go too far away from this support line much. So therefore, buying it and holding on to it until you sell it might make sense. So therefore, you can see how many years it has been on that rise. So it's just better to buy it at the valley line when it pull back and start going up. And I think for 4 years now is slowly coming down. So it is a stock that takes years to come down, just like the way it took years to climb that up. So we might just be hesitant watching it, and I think this may not even be the line to buy it at necessarily. It could well be this one. So this will be more a short-term investment as well, because again, you could accumulate much of profit in it before you sell it, even if you stay in it for half the time. So this end is nowhere near toward the valley line yet. So therefore, there is no point of adding it to our watch list now. But we can just put it as a short-term investment to make it look like it's going to make it to our preliminary list. DHR. So DHR, let's take a look at it. The past year, I say no now to put it in 2025 watch list, but let's see if it's going to make it to 2026 watch list. And it seems to me that again is following those pathway as well. If we trace this, it's going to go this route. It took years climbing up, and 1, 2, 3, 4 years climbing down. It touched base with this valley line and start going up from there. We are going to continue observing it because I don't know if it's going to stay there or if it's going to come back down here. So we are going to activate this one and make it our valley line, in case it decided to come back to rest on it before going up. But otherwise it might, continue higher up from here as well. And then we know that maybe this, if it reach a higher peak, then this could be the valley line. But based on how the other three are behaving, we might just pick this one to be our valley line and keep observing it. But keep in mind that it touched base with this valley line and start going up from there. And this supporting line, it touched base with it before as well. So unlike MOH, so this we say no before, and now we'll turn it into a short-term investment and keep observing it. So WST. So today we are those list of set 5, they are more MSC. They are more like a short-term in WSC, short-term investment, than something you can quickly swing trade. If with the possibility of you buying it that low, might just make sense keeping it for years before you sell it rather than getting out, because when you sell it, as soon as it reaches the first new high, it could take almost a decade before you find it again around that value line that you purchase it at. So when we are looking at this, okay, so it climbed up, pull back, went up, pull back, and start going up from here. So at this point, I like to say this will be the value line, but again, I'm not sure if it's going to come back down to this one. This has more touch points than this one, but again, for the past 4 years, it has not replicated this highest price yet. It's trying, but has not reached that level yet. So I'm not sure if this is going to be the value line or if this one is going to be. And that is something that will be more like a short-term investment as well, because if you can claim it this higher up, you must well buy and stay in the trade, because it does not veer away too far from the supporting line once it starts climbing up. And since our swing trading strategy is to keep trading the same stocks, but buying at the value line and sell it to lock in some growth away from the value line and buy it again at the value line. Because if you are investing and just keep it in your portfolio, you lose this growth when it comes back down to the value line. You will be growing your money along the value line, which is upward as well, but you will be losing the growth away from that value line, the peak of the mountain. By swing trading it, you will sell to lock in some of those profits and buy again around the value line. So pretty much you'll be investing in the stock, but locking in those profits, those growth away from the value line, cash flowing it to lock it in. And that is how I'm combining swing trading with investment, by swing trading the same stock and swing trading it, buying it along the value line and selling it, around the peak of the mountain. And this one will make it to the list as a short-term investment, but we are going to keep an eye on it, because I'm not entirely sure if it's going to continue going up from here or if it's going to come back down to this, because it touched base with it and start going up, but we are just going to keep observing it a little longer, just in case it breach, it pull back to it and does not breach it and start going up from there, then we might buy some. But so, and this one is going to make it as well as a short-term investment. So today we only found short-term investment type of stock, and when we see, okay, they are all in the health sector, and they pretty much all are having the same behavior as well. So that is why we have, watch list of pretty much all the market sector for those growth large cap stocks. And that way, when you are picking them, if later you want to shrink your list of the good stock that you pick, you can try to see the best within each sector that you want to put in your watch list for the new year, depending on how many stocks you want to have in that list. And that is pretty much how you can make your own stock watch list for swing trading going into 2026. If you want to learn swing trading in 2026, you want to swing trade in 2026, you might want to start now gathering your own stock, because who knows, you might come across some that are well positioned already at the support line where you want to buy, and they are already on their way up, and you might want to buy some. So you might want to start getting ready for it. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching our videos, and thank you for all your comments. Thank you very much for subscribing to our channel. I'm Afiavi Liberman, creator of Liberman Consulting L.L.C YouTube channel and ninasoap.com, our blog. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways to save money and different ways to make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer to provide for your family. And swing trading is one way to make money. Just start small and grow your account from here. Thank you. For more of how you can create your own watch list, will you please check the playlist in the description of this video. And this video is brought to you by our online store, liberlabel.com. We have a tote bag listed. Will you please check it out? We sold to sell, and that is one of our products. Thank you for your time.